Hey guys, gonna be trying out a different restoration technique today, Acetone Vapor Smoothing. It's a technique used in the 3D printing world to get rid of print lines on plastics. I'm hoping it will knock out the sanding marks and save me a few steps restoring this screwdriver handle. This is a Quick-Wedge Screw Holding Screwdriver. If you're not familiar with these, there's two blades, and when you push the blue ring forwards, the two blades expand. This lets you put a slotted screw on there, push the ring forwards, and now it's locked in place. This thing is pretty nasty. There's some kind of fungus in the handle grooves that we need to get out. Here you can barely make out the QuickWedge branding on it. I doubt we're going to be able to save that lettering since it's already pretty light. There's also a chip in the side of one of the screwdriver blades, so I'm not going to be too sad if I mess this up restoring it. First step, I'm going to scrub this down with a degreaser wipe to get rid of all the dirt and whatever it is that was growing in those handle grooves. Then I took a wire wheel to the shank. There is quite a bit of pitting left on the tips. If the acetone is successful, we can revisit that later on. Then we'll hit the handle with some sandpaper. I'm just going to do 120 grit. Normally I'd start at like 220 and then work my way up progressively through the grits, all the way up to like 1500 grit, and then hand polish it. But I'm hoping the acetone vapor will eliminate all of those steps. I know acetone will dissolve many plastics used on screwdriver handles, and by just using the vapors, it's supposed to give us a controlled smoothing over as the vapors melt the surface of the plastic. Here it is after sanding. Not too bad, but it's all scratched up. Let's see if the acetone can fix that. I'm going to pour a little bit of acetone into this mason jar. Oh, for crying out loud. Should have just used a small bottle. Whatever, it's fine. Then I'll put a paper towel in there and kind of wrap it up against the sides of the jar. This is supposed to act as a wick to help the acetone evaporate. To suspend the screwdriver in there, I put a small clamp on the shank, and then we'll support it with these tongue depressors. We do not want it to get dunked directly into the acetone. We're just going to let the vapors do their thing. So now we wait. How long? I don't know. I am going to bring this into the house. It's only like 40 degrees out in the shop right now, and supposedly this works faster in warmer temperatures. So it's been not quite an hour, I'd say maybe about 3.5 beers, and take a look at the handle. The bottom half of it has a wet look, so the acetone is doing something. The top half of it, though, does not seem to be affected at all. A lot of the 3D printing tutorials I watched mentioned using a fan to circulate the air in the container. So here I have a small computer fan that'll hook up to a 12-volt power supply, and then we'll set this on top of the jar. And yeah, I did open a window. After a few minutes, the whole room smelled like acetone, which is not good to be breathing in and highly flammable. So I'd recommend doing this outdoors. So now it's been probably about 3 hours total, and take a look at this. Yeah, I'm not too impressed by this. The end closest to the acetone got kind of melted, and the area farthest away from it looks, okay. And there's these weird fiber-looking things on it. Those weren't there before. I wonder if the acetone pulled some imperfections out of the plastic and brought them up to the surface. I'll set this aside to dry overnight, and we'll evaluate it tomorrow. So here's our before and after shots. And yeah, honestly, I like the look of it better just after the 120 grit sanding. The acetone vapor took away quite a bit of detail from the grooves, and it really distorted the butt end of it. I don't know if maybe I had it suspended too low in the jar. Anyway, we gotta see if we can save this project and fix that. One thing I did learn, while the handle was getting the vapor treatment, I took the push ring part and started sanding the rough edges down. Then I took the rag that I used to clean up that spilled acetone and used it to wipe down the sanded edges. And wouldn't you know, it smoothed them right out. So I think we need to take this approach and use it to fix the handle. First thing, I'm going to try and reshape the grooves with a round needle file. Then we'll hit it with 120 grit sandpaper, again, just like we did yesterday. Now I'm going to take the acetone-soaked rag out of the mason jar and use it to wipe down the handle. Look at that. It is smoothing it out. Let's rub it some more and see if we can't get rid of all the scratches. Wow, this is working way better. This is what I wanted the vapor chamber thing to do. Several of you had told me in the comments to just wipe the handles down with acetone, but I thought I was going to be all high-tech and make a vapor chamber, when all I really needed to do was just wipe it down. So now that I've fixed my mistake and the handle is finally sorted out, we can address just the tip. I'm going to square this off on a band sander, try and get rid of that chip that was in there. Then I'll need to reprofile the tip. So here I'm using the top wheel of the band sander. I don't think you're supposed to grind on this part, but the curvature of the wheel will give us that same hollow ground tip that it had before. It looks better, but I want to try and hide some of that pitting that I couldn't get out with the sander. So I think we'll use some pew-pew blue on it. It'll give it a dark finish, and hopefully you won't see the pitting. You just rub this stuff on there with a Q-tip, then let it soak for a couple minutes, rinse it off, and then reapply. Here it is after just one coat, not getting too dark yet. And here it is after 5 coats, and a wipe down with fluid film. Much better. I also blued the tube on the push ring. So now, let's reassemble. And it still works. We didn't break anything. I mean, it looks okay. I think it would have looked better if I had done it the old-fashioned way and just worked my way up through the sandpaper grits. At least I experimented on a tool from the 25-cent bin instead of something that I really cared about. I'm not opposed to using acetone on a rag to smooth out the finish, but I don't think I'll be trying that vapor chamber again. Either I did something seriously wrong, or whatever type of plastic that handle is made of requires a different procedure. Thanks everyone for watching. Be sure to subscribe for more tool restoration videos. See you later. Bye.